Howdy neighbors, making this little video to help the folks that are going to be on the workshop for the Monroe beginning improvising situation that's going to be on the 1st of May on Friday. So let's just check out a little bit of what we've been talking about with some folks here. And we're going to use three songs, three kind of familiar songs for this exercise. And they're going to be On and On, 9 Pound Hammer, and Blue Ridge Cabin Home. Okay, so what we want to get acquainted with are a couple of things. Of course, our arpeggios. I missed a little note there, but you probably knew which one it was. So that's the staggered arpeggio, where you start on the downstroke and move on your upstroke up the arpeggio. Down, up, 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 down. So the whole thing. You can add the next third in there. So you're thinking about a full bar of 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Okay, so you want to think about it in terms of like an actual flow. Okay, so that's in A and in G. Just the arpeggio staggered. Jump up to C. Okay, to D. Okay, so let's just check out our fingering right here. This is right now in the hard drive space. So as I was clearing up some space, I came up on an amazing eventuality of this whole situation, which I'm beginning to feel like well, I don't know what I'm beginning to feel like, but it's something good. So check this out. That one. I know this is a lot of advanced stuff, but I'm trying to show you the upper edge of it, okay? So this is coming up out of your E chop chord. So your ring finger is going to be on the 9th fret of the G, first finger on the 6th fret of the D, middle finger on the 7th fret of the A. That's your E chop chord. Well, of course, but we're going to do this a different way, so we're going to use our middle finger more. So middle, first. That's coming up through the E arpeggio. That's the way we do it normally. Here's how we're doing it today with the middle finger. That way you can get up here and launch into the second octave of the arpeggio in E. Okay, that's how to get the full 2 octaves easily and have upward mobility that way. Do it this way, but it's just not as easy. And so you can switch between middle, or ring, and middle, or middle and middle. Okay, that's the bounce, all right? Let's look at the bounce just real quick. All right, let's look at the bounce in G. All right, this is a fun device. So you're just bouncing. This is a 5 flip. Coming back to a G chord. Okay, so you could say in those blue hills far away. In the blue hills far away. All right, just bouncing off the open strings. 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 7th fret of the A, bounce off the open A, 5, bounce, 3, bounce, 2, bounce, 7th fret of the D, bounce on the open D, back to ending on the 5th fret of the D. Alright, this is the bounce, so you pick the bounce up. Bounce from the 1 down to the 4. So, oh, I love those hills of Virginia. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love those hills of Virginia. From the Blue Ridge Hills out in Rome. Right down to Cherry on the mountain. Far away to the cabin home. That's coming up through this infinity shape. This is your middle finger action again. The best way I like to do it for sliding back into your first position is like this. First finger on the 1st fret of the G, middle finger on the upstroke on the 4th fret of the G. Then you're up to the 2nd fret of the D. It's all staggered, so you're moving on the upstroke. But you can also slide up to that 7th fret of the A. 6, 6, 2, 2, slide up to the 7th fret. 4, 4 on the E, 7, 7, and then upstroke on the 5th fret of the E, which brings you back to the A chord. Same shape. We haven't even added any other notes to the arpeggio. What we'll do eventually is start to add the 7th. Okay, so we're getting used to this idea that we're going to be playing the melody. Let's switch to on and on. So you play a melody lick to start off with, then go to a device. So in this case, it's going to be a split bar between C and G. So you got to go C, C, G, G. I recommend doing something that you can play the same shape over each chord. Case, you can come up here and play with these shapes. I recommend doing something that you can play on each chord. So we're getting used to this idea that we're going to be changing tracks every time the chord changes. It's a new set of arpeggios, okay? That's G. That's That's C mostly. Okay, so the idea is to be able to play 2 bars of C, 1 E and a 2 E and then get to your G. 1 E and a 2 E and Okay, so follow my darling, and I wonder if she ever will be. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me. Add the 7th in there. Ever thinks of me. Okay, so this is the idea. You can stagger them, which takes longer to get there. You know, like that. On and on, I'll follow my darling, or you can play them individually. On, I follow my darling, and I wonder where she can be. Idea. You can play the arpeggios and just peg them on the new chords, and you can play some Monroe style that way. All right, so let's take the next song, which is going to be up in A. It's the Blue Ridge Cabin Home, okay? So we're thinking about starting off with some melody. Okay, so you got melody. Into the infinity shape. Coming up with staggered. 1st fret, 4th fret on the G, moving to the upstroke on the 2nd fret of the D, downstroke. 6th fret of the D, upstroke and a downstroke. You're staggered, moving on the upstroke, up to the 2nd fret of the A, upstroke and a downstroke. Upstroke and a downstroke on the 7th fret of the A. And then you're up to the 4th fret of the E, upstroke and a downstroke, then 1 upstroke on the 7th fret of the E, and then you're into the last note. Okay, so you're just kind of using that as a suffix to the sentence, which the musical melodic sentence is, oh, I love Virginia. It's the ending to the, to the statement there. And you're hitting melody notes on the way up. From in those Blue Ridge hills I did roam. Okay, so you're hitting at least 1 or 2. And those Blue Ridge hills, it's enough. It's enough of the melody that you can get away with it, and you always can, because you're covering every single arpeggio note in the whole chord on 2 octaves, and so you're bound to hit the melody note, because bluegrass is usually made of generally simple or kind of relatively simple harmonic ideas. Okay, so let's look at the top of the shape. You can start the breakout like that. Oh, I love those hills of old Virginia, from those Blue Ridge hills I did roam. And when I die, won't you bury me on the mountain, far away near my Blue Ridge mountain home. So you're just running through the arpeggios with the staggered pattern. And you could put a little simple thing in there if you want to. Okay, so now let's come down. All right, coming down in A, the 12th fret, double dot with your little finger, middle finger on the 9th fret of the E, down to your double dot A note, your little finger, first finger on the 7th fret of the A, ring finger on the 11th fret of the D, first finger on the 7th fret of the D, then your middle finger on the 9th fret of the G, then the 3rd of A is your first finger note on the 6th fret of G. So we're coming down, staggered pattern. Now let's come up through D and down through E. Remember how we talked about E earlier? Just coming down now. And then back into A. And down again, halfway through. Okay, so that's one of the concepts that we're going to be going over. Two of them actually. We got the arpeggios, the staggered ones, hitting them on the dots, and then also the bounce. Okay, so that's two devices that we're going to be looking at on the workshop. So I'm really looking forward to working with everybody. Just wanted to give you some heads up if you wanted to get a head start on what we're going to be doing. See you later.